Hi everyone, Reen here. Just wanted to let you all know that this particular series is a collaboration between other Wingless Skykids to help spread useful knowledge and/or share their personal experiences that may be beneficial to others in the Sky community. That being said, we'd love to hear your thoughts on some things that we may not have covered here. If you'd like to share something that you think might be helpful to others, you can drop a comment or join our community Discord. Link is in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching and hope you enjoy. Hello everybody. My name is Reen.
And I'm Divine. Welcome to the Wingless channel.
In today's video, we'd like to talk about some helpful tips and tricks for beginner wingless, or those experienced few who'd like a few more useful tools to make exploring the world of Sky just a little more manageable.
So, to start off, perhaps one of the most important and well known of these tools is the all powerful shared space spell. Shared spaces are a very useful technique for wingless in most situations that require you to climb up to high unreachable spaces, or jump large and otherwise impossible gaps. Some places, such as certain places in the Valley of Triumph, may require you to have more props from the start to use as building material. Otherwise, most spots in each realm have their own set of unique preset default items to choose from every time you use a shared space spell. Plus, yet another advantage is the fact that you only need one in your inventory at any given time if you don't plan to make them public. Simply activate the spell, then cancel once you've reached your destination to use it again and again. This technique can be used in many different activities in Sky, such as climbing up to catch a light for dailies, reaching spirits that are difficult to obtain, and even completing certain season quests. There are many great uses and situations in which these spells are just a good idea to have, and in most cases, generally better than using a single carry prop.
On that note, having more props is also generally a good idea. Taking one with you is smart if you prefer to solo your way through Sky. Carry props also work in different ways that can be useful where shared spaces are not. For example, while you're moving on platforms, or mid-air. These are just a couple places where you are unable to use shared spaces, or they're just really hard to place. And the fact that you can get a free prop simply by completing the nesting quest in Aviary makes it a fairly accessible tool. A good idea for prop collection may be to go for items with a good amount of length to them, or things with helpful abilities. Items like a table, a disco ball, or sometimes even a fire prop can be helpful depending on the situation. But ultimately, it's up to you to decide your playstyle and whether you prefer the easy path or the challenging route.
Another way to get around while exploring is to use the environment around you. Sometimes the structures, creatures, and even certain environmental surroundings can be beneficial to getting you places. For example, like the forest temple are fairly wingless friendly, at least on the inside. Even the land around you can almost feel intended to help you, from fallen trees and giant mushrooms to geysers and glide paths. And of course, not to mention any creatures of light such as butterflies, mantas, and jellyfish are there to help you, cape or not. So, don't be afraid to work together with nature.
Speaking of working with nature, cloud surfing is another great technique for getting around. It's one of the most essential parts of gliding through the skies of sky. However, mastering this skill can take a lot of time and practice. The clouds of sky are almost alive in the way they move and form, similar to clouds of the real world, except these ones have a special power. Sky clouds give you a certain amount of thrust when you dive into them, almost like how you'd imagine an object bouncing off of rubber. And this applies to all directions, no matter what angle you approach from. So if you're trying to go up the clouds, but there's some hanging above you, you're likely not going to get much higher due to this pushback effect. Instead, you'll want to find a slope that gradually ascends to take you up. At that point, gliding is usually your best option, while angling yourself horizontally as you glide upward. And finally, make sure you make your way back into the cloud every time it wants to force you out. Each of these steps is key to successful cloud surfing like a pro. And again, it takes a good amount of practice to get it right, so don't worry if you don't get there right away. Just take your time and keep at it. And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and we hope this has been helpful to those who are getting more into wingless exploration.
Now, there's likely a few things we didn't cover today, so if you have any questions or would like to check out our community, the link to our Discord is in the description box below.
And of course, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more wingless adventures.
Thanks so much for watching!
And see you next time.